everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Freeman here, and today we have a yoga and Pilates fusion. You won't need anything for today, just a nice safe and flat space for your yoga mat. I know you've heard me say it before, but it's true. You know your body best. Take breaks or modify whenever you need. Lastly, you've probably noticed I'm filming somewhere different. So welcome to my studio. It's windy outside today, so I thought it was probably the perfect chance to bring you guys inside. Let me know what you think, and if you'd like to see some more videos filmed in here, just pop down in the comments below. Let's get moving. All right, friends, so getting started at the top of our mat, bringing our feet hip distance apart and the hands down by the sides. On your next inhalation, can we feel a lifting up from the heels all the way through the back of the neck, rising through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, just soften the shoulders here, softening through the fingertips, softening through the toes. Inhaling, take a beautiful breath in, arms rise overhead, reach tall through those fingertips, and taking a little side bend over to the right here, opening through the side of the body. Inhaling to rise all the way back to center. Can we lift a little taller? And then coming over to the other side. Well done. Inhale, coming back up tall, and then taking our hands down by the sides. We're going to be sitting down into our chair pose. So as we sit down, arms will reach up and overhead. We're going to go for 8 as we lift back up. And lower for 7. And rise. And 6, continue to move. I'm just going to turn to face towards you. And 5, and lift. So warming up through the legs. And 4, and 3. Really reach through the fingertips. Can we sit a little lower? On our last one, we're going to hold here. We're going to find a pulse for 8, 7. If you'd like an extra challenge, you can rise up onto your toes for 4, for 3, for 2, 1. We're going to hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Last little bit, holding on. Lift all the way up and lower. Well done. Shake out those legs, bringing them a little bit wider than your hips. Arms come up to shoulder height. We're just going to find a little rotation through the spine. So taking 3 little twists to the right, for 3, back to center, then to the left, looking towards your back hand. Let's go once more each side, 3, back to center, and 1, and 2, and 3. Back to center, arms rise all the way up overhead. We sit and lower down to our goddess pose, knees pressing out. And lift, and lower for 7. And lift, and lower for 6. Pressing through the heels to lift, lower a little further down each time for 4 more. And 3, well done. And 2, and last one, you know what's happening. We're going to hold down. We're going to pulse for 8, 7, open the chest for 6, maybe coming up onto the toes, maybe, just an option, 2, 1. We're going to hold here for 8, for 7, sit a little deeper if we can, 4, 3, 2, 1, lifting all the way up, lowering those heels. Well done, shaking out through those legs and bringing the feet back underneath the hips. As we inhale, arms rise overhead. Let's find a little flow. Exhale, folding forward. Keeping those knees as bent as you need here. And let's see if we can just find some heaviness through the upper body and the shoulders. Maybe even taking hold of the opposite elbow. Finding just a little ragdoll position here, opening into the backs of the legs. Then taking your hands down to the mat as we inhale, half lift. Beautiful flat spine, long through the back of the neck. And exhale, hands come down to the mat. We're going to step all the way back to a high plank position. Spread through your fingertips and lift up and away from the mat as we round through the upper back. From here, we can either come down onto the knees or stay up in our high plank position. We're going to point the right foot, then lift the heel up towards the sky for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. We're going to change sides. So point the left toes and lift for 4, 3. Option again to do this down on the knee. So wherever you are, keeping those shoulders over the wrists for 3, back to the right, 1, once more to the other side for 4, for 3, last 2, and 1. Taking your right hand to the center of the mat, we're going to open out to our side plank. Option to stay up or bring the bottom knee down, whatever is better for you. Can we inhale, reach tall through the top fingers, look up. And then exhale, find a thread under. The gaze will follow the fingertips. Inhaling to lift, we're going twice more. Exhaling to curl under. Last one, inhaling to lift. Exhale, can we reach through a little further? This time as we lift and open, maybe we take the top foot up off the mat. We lift for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Turning back to your high plank position. Well done. Take the knees down, sit the hips back, just resting through the arms before we come to the other side. And remember, you take breaks whenever you need. Don't wait for me. Just carry on and join back in when you're ready. Rolling forward, tuck the toes, take the left hand to the center of the mat and open to our side plank position. Inhale to look up again, bottom knee can be down if you like. Exhale, curling under, gaze follows. Inhale, lift up and away from the ground. Exhale, calming back under. Woo. And last one, inhaling to lift. Exhale, can we find any more of a twist here? As we inhale, coming back up to center. Option to bring that top leg up and we lift away for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Well done, lowering it down, finding your high plank position again. Choice here to have the knees down or lifted. As we take a deep breath in, reach through the crown of the head, come onto the toes. We're going to lower for the count of 4, for 3, for 2, 1. Release the belly, untuck the toes. Taking your hands a little wider than your mat onto your fingertips. As we inhale, draw elbows to get backwards and the shoulders together. Lift the chest, gaze forward. Exhale, peeling piece by piece back down onto the mat. Twice more, inhaling to lift. Coming back to your breath. And exhaling to lower. Last one, inhaling to rise. And exhaling to lower. Taking your hands underneath your forehead and pointing the toes behind you. This time we're going to lift the chest up, draw the elbows out. We're going to maybe start to swim through the legs. Now, your knees don't exist anymore. The legs are completely straight. The toes are pointed. Can we lift the chest a little higher? We've got 4. We've got 3. We've got 2. We've got 1. And lower. Just find a little shift with the hips from side to side. Now we're going to go for a second round. Choice to do the same thing or maybe coming with me. So again, hands can be at the forehead or lifting, reaching the arms forward, lifting up through the legs. We're going to swim, looking forward, kicking opposite leg to opposite arm. No elbows, no knees. We're going to continue for 4. Nearly there, looking forward, lifting. 2, 1, and rest. Well done, take the hands down, press the hips back, find child's pose position. Forehead resting down to the mat. Hips sinking down to the heels. Take a deep breath in through the nose and maybe sighing out through the mouth. Let's come to downward facing dog. So reaching those hands forward, grounding the palms to the mat, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and pressing your hips back towards the back of the room. Let's pedal out one heel at a time, straightening, bending, just finding beautiful opening through the ankles, the backs of the legs, and then pausing in your downward facing dog. We're going to find a little bit of a flow here. Again, take break whenever you need. Right foot stays down, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Pause here as your knee kisses your tricep, and then we sweep it back high and draw it back forward. Twice more this side. Inhale to lift. Exhale to draw. Last one, pressing it high. Exhale, drawing it forward. We're going to pause. Bring that left knee across the body to the opposite elbow. Back to the left elbow. Sweep it back high. Bend the knee, open through the hip. Well done. Bringing the heel in towards the buttock and the knee towards the sky. Staying here for one more deep breath in. And as we exhale, turn back to downward facing dog. We're going to move through a flow. Rise onto the toes, roll forward, shoulders over wrists. Knees can come down or stay lifted as we lower all the way down, chaturanga. Coming to baby cobra or upward facing dog as we inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest. And exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog to come to the other side. So inhale, sweeping the right leg high. Exhale, drawing the knee to the right elbow. Inhale to sweep high. Exhale, drawing it forward. Twice more here. We've got it. Can we lift that heel a little higher? Can we hug that knee a little closer? Last one. Inhale to lift. Draw it forward, pausing here. Bring the knee across the body. Back to the right elbow. Sweep it back high. And then take a break. Bend the knee, open through the hip. Heels to buttock. Knee to the sky. Pressing down evenly through both palms. Take a deep breath in. And then squaring back to your downward facing dog. Moving through a flow or resting in child's pose, choice is yours. As we inhale to come forward. Exhale to lower. Inhale to baby cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale back to downward facing dog. This time I want you to take your feet a little bit wider. We're going to shift forward to high plank. And then we're going to reach one hand back to the opposite leg, to the opposite shin, just a tap. And then we're going to come forward again, high plank. Reach the other hand back. We're going to go for 6 more. So forward and tap. And forward and tap. 4 more. Nearly there, then we're going to come down off of our hands. Last 2. Last 1. Well done. Coming back to downward facing dog, so feet come back to hip distance apart. Let's step the right foot through. Awesome. Straighten out through that back leg. We're going to come up into our high lunge position. As we inhale, straighten that front leg. And then we're going to bend down. Back knee comes down to the mat, elbows open wide. And lift. And lower. 6 more. Inhale to rise. And lower. And 5. If the arms moving is a little bit tricky for you, feel free to keep your hands down on your hips. We've got 3 more. And 2. And with this last one, we're going to hold down, tip forward and straighten through the back leg. Arrowhead position. We're going to pause here, one strong straight line through the upper body down to the heel. Can we reach forward and back and forward and back? 2 more, forward and back. Last one, strengthening through that leg. And hold, hold. Take the hands down, straighten the front leg. So coming up onto your fingertips, front knee can be bent if you need. Just relaxing forward. Whew. Really finding some strength and heat. I'm sweating. I hope that you guys are feeling a bit of a challenge too. Let's take 1 more deep breath in. And bending that front knee, take the hands to the heart. We're going to come right onto this front leg, so the toes are just on the mat. We're going to lift and lower that back leg for 8. Tap down. For 7, tap down. For 6, and 5, 4, last 3, 2. On the last one, we're going to hold up. We're going to flex through that back foot and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step the foot forward. Stand all the way up, arms rise overhead. Well done. And exhale, folding forward, release. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, hands come down, stepping back or jumping back and lowering down, chaturanga. Knees can be down or lifted, moving through your flow. Baby cobra or upward facing dog. We'll meet back in our downward facing dog or child's pose if you like. We're just going to stay for 3 breaths here before we come to the other side. Just coming back to the breath, settling back to your center. One more deep breath in. And out. Let's step the left foot forward between the hands and come to the other side. Arms rising all the way up. Again, options to be on your hips or reaching tall as we lower the back knee down, open the elbows wide. Just 8, 7, and 6. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. For 4, and 3. Nearly there, guys. 2, 1. This time we stay down, hinge forward, reach the fingertips back, swimming the arms forward for 4. Right up on those back toes, reaching through the crown of your head. Last one, and hold, hold, hold. Hands come down, stretch through that front leg, opening into the hamstring. Feeling free to round through the upper back, release through the neck. We can stay right up on those back toes. And when you're ready, we're going to bend that front knee, take the hands to the heart, bring the weight into the left leg. So we're pointing the back toes, resting just off the mat. We start to lift for 8, and 7, 6, 5. Can we lift a little higher through the heel? Last 2. We're going to hold at the top on this one, flex the foot and press the heel up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it forward, lifting all the way up high. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, we release. Inhaling to half lift, well done. Exhale, hands come down, step or jump back, lower chaturanga, knees down or lifted. Moving through your vinyasa. Let's meet back in child's pose, so knees will come down. Sit the hips back to the heels and pausing for a moment, forehead down to the mat. Let's take 3 breaths here. So we're going to move into a little bit of arm work, and then we're going to come down onto our backs. Work a little bit of core, a little bit of booty, and then we're done. So moving with me, we're going to inhale to come forward. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. An option to be on your knees, or if you'd like, that extra challenge, we lift the knees up off the mat. We're simply, for our first round, going to lower down, elbows pinning back in towards the body. We're going to hold for 2, 1, and press back up into your high or low plank. Okay, so we're going to lower the chest down. We're going to hold for 2, 1, and press the mat away. We're going to lower down for 1, hold, 2, 3, and press. So lower down, hold, 3, and press. Last one, lowering down, hold, 3, and press. Sit the hips back, shake out through your arms. And that was terrible counting by me. So what we're going to be doing, lower down for the count of 1, hold for 2, press back up for 1. So option to repeat exactly what you just did, lowering down, hold for 2 counts, then pressing back up. Otherwise, we're going to move on to something a little bit more challenging. So the choice is yours. I'm just going to demonstrate first. We'll be up on our toes, so the knees are lifted. We're going to lower down, bring the chin forward to that hovering chaturanga. Then we're going to press up into our upward facing dog. Then the shoulders tip forward, elbows pinning in, and press back up high to that upward facing dog position. So choosing an option for you today. Hands will come out, shoulders over wrists, and then we're either lowering down, holding and pressing up, or coming into that high plank position. Take a deep breath in. We're going to lower down, chaturanga, hover off the mat. Press the chest up, look forward, knees stay lifted, and then tip the shoulders forward. And lift, and lower. We're going to go for 4 more. Lift, and lower. Elbows pinning in here. Last 2, knees lifted. Last 1, press the mat away. Holding here, wherever you are, let's pause for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, lower down. Release those arms. Let's sit the hips back to the heels. Whew. And shake out. Awesome. So, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise onto the toes, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump to the top of your mat, find forward fold. Release the shoulders, release the neck. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, letting it go. Let's do that again. Inhaling to half lift. And exhale, letting it go. Maybe taking hold of your ankles, drawing the elbows out and the crown of the head down. Just taking a breath or two here. And then hands come down to the mat, bend the knees. Let's roll up for the count of 8, 7, 6, 5, vertebrae by vertebrae. Shoulders, your head being the last thing that lifts. Rolling shoulders up and back. From the base of the heels to the crown of the head, can we feel a lift and a lengthen here? And as we exhale, let's sigh out through the mouth. Letting it all go. Maybe even flicking through the hands and releasing through the legs. We're going to move through a nice slow flow now. So hands by the sides. Inhale, arms rise up and overhead. Exhale, folding forward to release. Inhaling to half lift. Exhale, hands come down, step or jump it back. Finding that high plank, knees lifted or down as we lower chaturanga. Inhale to baby cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog, pausing here. 3 deep breaths. Coming back to your center, back to your body. Inhale, rising onto the toes, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump forward. From here, we're going to lower the hips down. So bend through the knees, take your time. See if we can sit the hips all the way down, maybe even taking the hands off the floor, reaching forward. Whoop. Well done, and we're down. So coming back into about the center of your mat now. And we're going to take the feet flat onto the mat and reach the hands forward. As we inhale, broaden the chest, lift the heart through. As we exhale, tuck the tail under, piece by piece, lowering the back of your waistband down onto the mat, scooping through the belly. As we inhale, rising all the way back up, and exhale, tucking under, lowering it back down. Inhale, rising up, and exhale, lowering it back down, just moving my microphone. And with the last one, can we lift and open, reach through the fingertips. This time as we exhale, we're going to curl under, pause here. We're going to hold for 5, for 4, scoop through the belly, maybe even smiling, for 2, for 1, lifting all the way back up, sitting tall, come onto the toes, Navasana boat pose. Option 2, hover the feet, lift them up, or straighten the legs. We're going to hold here now for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Take breaks if you need, so toes can come down or stay with me. Hands come together, taking them down to the side for 8, 7. Again, knees can be bent. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold and rest. Taking those feet down. Whew, releasing all the way onto our backs. Let's just take our arms out and find a little windscreen wiper here. Shifting through the knees, releasing through the lower back. And when you're ready, we're so close, my friends. Bring the feet flat, bend the knees. Reach the fingertips down towards your heels. We're going to move through a few hip raises here. So feeling the heels grounding, imagining you have a ball or a block in between your thighs, just so that we don't allow the knees to splay out. When you're ready, ground through the heels, lift the hips up towards the sky, and lower back down. And lift, and lower. 6 more here. And 5. Each time seeing if we can get a little bit more height at the top. 3 more. Last 2. This time at the top, let's hold. Option to hold here and keep lifting it, lowering, or can we reach the left toes up towards the sky? We're going to lift and lower for 4. For 3, knee can be bent here if you need. For 2, and 1, and hold here. We're going to straighten that leg out in front, then lift it high. For 3, last 2, 1, lift the hips a little higher, take the foot down, lowering down. Well done. Again, just find a little bit of a rock from side to side with those knees. Woo. Really feeling those hamstrings and glutes working. Let's come back to center and find the other side. So again, hands come down. We're going to start with 8 lowers and lifts. So when you're ready, grounding the heels, lift the hips, lowering it back down. And 6 more here. And 4, 3, last 2. And can we heap those hips up? We're either going to continue to lift and lower for 4 or reaching the right foot up as we lower. Again, remember that knee can be bent, grounding through the heel. 2 more. And the last one, we're either holding up or stretching that leg out long for 4, for 3, using the hands here to ground down to lift. Last 1, lower the foot, lift the hips, and lower all the way down. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Find a little bit of a baby rock from side to side. Well done. From here, let's take the feet back down to the mat. Just having a little stretch now, so extending the left leg up to the sky. Knee can be as bent as you need, just finding a hamstring stretch here. You can extend that bottom leg out if you like. Maybe even holding onto the shin or the ankle. Let's just find a little point and flex, a little circle. Well done, guys. I'm sweating, I'm hot. From here, let's take that ankle on top of the thigh, finding figure 4 stretch. So pressing the knee forward, maybe reaching through. I even like to find a little bit of a rock from side to side here, just to help get deeper into the hip. And if you enjoyed this video, remember I have a really similar one called, what's it called? Just one moment, draw the knees in towards the chest, arms come out. Let's just take the legs over to the right. I'll link it here. I'll link it in the comments. I can't remember now. Let's just take one more beautiful deep breath in. And coming back to center. Taking the feet down, stretching right leg or the opposite leg up towards the sky. Finding a little bit of a point and flex, a move through the ankle, just stretching through the back of that leg. And from here, take the ankle on top of the thigh, figure 4, option to stay where you are or reach through, maybe again finding a gentle rock from side to side. And I love hearing how you guys go, so please let me know in the comments. I love getting your feedback. You know, these videos are for you, so I love hearing what you'd like to see more of, what you liked, even what you didn't like. Just helps me to create more videos that are useful for you guys. So just enjoying that last beautiful stretch here. And drawing the knees back to the chest, taking the feet down, rocking all the way back up. And well done, you are done. Thank you so much for joining me again today, guys. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit like and subscribe, share it with any friends. But until next time, stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy. See you soon.